So this is how it ends, guys. What's up, guys? Terry of Gaming back. We're talking PES 2022 and the news is not good. Oh boy. Konami done a 180 here. To be honest, I've had this feeling for like a week. I posted this on Evo Web last night. I already was seeing signs, seeing rumors, stuff like that PES would be free to play. They would really be a lot more focused on mobile. And it's clear this is where they're going as a company. I've not seen the trailer yet. We're going to watch the trailer. I'll give you my thoughts on the IGN article as well. And then I will talk about their roadmap and what this means for the future of eFootball. Konami, offline players like myself, and like I guess many of you are, primarily who watch my channel. It's a big shift, but gaming has been shifting for years, if we're being honest. This is the Fortnite Rocket League model, and it's made companies a lot of money. Konami have seen their mobile game just get more and more big, get bigger and bigger, more and more big. They get bigger and bigger over the past few years. They've seen it growth. Look up PES Mobile online on YouTube and you will just see how big it is. So they're catering to that market. They're trying to do a bunch of different things. Let's watch the trailer. I'm just going to react to that and then we'll talk about everything else. All right, guys, so let's look at the trailer. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet. Very terrified.
How things have changed. Capacity crowds, that familiar cacophony of sound, the mass chorus of emotions, just some of the familiar norms on any given match day. All these things we used to take for granted, but as the old saying goes, only appreciated once they're gone.
The things we love are only appreciated once it's gone. PES are telling us, PES and Konami are telling us, hey guys, that series you liked, PES 6, ISS, PES 2013, it's gone. And honestly, they've been saying that. If you look at the IGN interview, which I'll get into, they specifically talk about not thinking about this as a, continuation of the series, but a whole new thing. This is essentially the end of the game that we knew and loved and a lot of us grew up with.
For the last 25 years, we have prided ourselves on recreating the ultimate footballing experience for our fans worldwide. PES being the platform for them to share in their zenith, as well as their nadir. And this will continue to be
I get the vibe they're going for, but this voiceover is not it.
Our mission, uniting all football fans in this new normal with the same undying passion.
So, eFootball, they're gonna drop this PES name as quickly as they can. I'm not sure if it's officially done here, but yeah, like I said, new game. They don't even want you to associate it with the past anymore. Alright, so we got Messi. I don't know about this color scheme. I kind of get what they're going for, but it's, I don't know. These graphics don't look great. Just gonna put it out there. These graphics do not look. I do like these scenes. They don't look that polished, I will say. But they do look, they look interesting, but come on. Like, we need more than this. Let's keep watching. Oh. Let's go back. Danilo looks awful. Danilo looks awful. Oh God, Danilo. Danilo looks like me after I'm done watching this trailer. Game.
Siempre que juego me gusta ganar, sea lo que sea, y contra quien sea, y lo vivo con tensión porque quiero ganar y me gusta.
There is one.
PES do these weird things where they pay all this money for these ambassadors, bring them in, and then they just have them give some like generic quote about football, which doesn't really apply to this at all, but regardless, they're going to talk about I don't know what they're going to talk about next. Let's see.
Overriding question. Creating the greatest head-to-head experience is our ultimate goal.
They tell you, creating the greatest head-to-head experience is our ultimate goal. They are telling you what they want to be. They want to be an online mobile company that just facilitates player-to-player matchups online. That's their goal. The whole offline Master League, that is not who they are anymore. And even if they do release an offline mode this year, and I think they might later on, like a DLC or something, I don't think it's going to last very long in terms of the future of this series. Let's keep watching.
But how would the game need to evolve for us to achieve this? The answer is simple. From the bottom up. Refining the most fundamental of all elements in football, the one-on-one, the very mantra of eFootball.
O pensar lo que voy a hacer para quitarme el balón. Está sobre el espacio que tienes y el tiempo de la decisión que tomas. El regate, ¿no?
This is so unrelated. Shout out to Iniesta, obviously one of the best players of all time. This specifically seems so unrelated to what they're talking about. They're not even specifically bringing up gameplay. They're talking about the evolution to the series. This is happening, that is happening, or things are different. Then it's just a random snippet of Iniesta, who's with Vissel Kobe in Japan. And it's a random snippet of him talking about how he plays football and the importance of things that matter when you're on the pitch. But they haven't even really spoken about gameplay, so it's just oddly pushed in the middle of the trailer just to showcase that they have an Iniesta partnership.
Jugar con el engaño e intentar pues hacer que el contrario piense que puede quitarte el balón y en ese momento es cuando tú lo haces rápido.
Cuanto menos te...
You realize though, a lot of what they're talking about with Messi, not really Messi so far, you said a little bit, but Iniesta and Piqué specifically, is they're bringing up a lot of one-on-one things, right? Which is what PES is really trying to push. I gotta stop saying PES because it's not PES, it's this new thing. But if you listen to what they're discussing specifically, they're bringing up the idea of, oh, what happens one-on-one? How can you outsmart the opponent? Right here, cutting out space gives your opponent less time to think. Konami is really focusing on the idea of one-to-one, even on a micro sense on the pitch. And then what they're really trying to push is one-to-one matchups online. They only care about online. This is where the thing is moving. This is where mobile has been for them. It's made them a lot of money. They are pushing in this direction. They've essentially given up, I feel like, on the kind of console experience we've all come to know and love.
Renocan la pelota, si tienen un mal toque que la pelota se les distancia
This is such an unrelated trailer and these graphics look so bad.
más de lo habitual del pie ahí.
Their input will surely take the element of one-on-one in eFootball to an all-new level. Realistic player movement and responses are both crucial ingredients in creating our new one-on-one system. How did we do it? Through the use of technology known as motion matching. Motion matching involves creating a massive range of new animations, showing just how players react differently depending on factors such as running speed and ball position. These animations are then cut and perfectly matched to each in-game situation.
So I will digress a bit. Clearly, it's also a bit gameplay related, right? But I think the theme, if you think of the overall arching thing, is they're just trying to push this idea. Obviously here it's a bit more specific with regards to one-on-one matchups on the pitch.
Creating every moment down to a T. And the results have been staggering. We have created a one-on-one system that is incredibly thrilling and, most importantly, realistic.
That could be interesting, just in the sense that dribbling on PES is genuinely pretty hard, and it's not something that we see a lot of, whereas in real football, clearly, it's a big part of the game. So in some aspects, you know, that could be interesting, but given everything else going on, it's hard to even feel remotely excited about this. Let's see what this cross-platform section is about.
We want eFootball to be a thing for all fans of football, and for that it was imperative that users on all platforms can take on each other.
So this is why we're seeing the dumbed down graphics. Basically, they're trying to make it compatible for everyone across the board, so a PS4 player can play with a guy on an iPhone, etc, etc.
eFootball will be made available on a wide range of devices, with a view to soon making it a fully cross-platform title. After all, why should you be bound by the confines of your device? Why can't a mobile user play against a console user?
I will give them credit for this. This is somewhat innovative and interesting. I just cannot see them doing this right. What faith do you have in Konami, who still haven't been able to figure out the online experience anyway? Right? It's not like their online with My Club has been this splendid experience for the past 5, 6, 7 years or whatever. So the idea that now they're gonna graduate from somewhat failing, I won't say completely outright failing, but the online experience has not been good, to now a very ambitious project which is gonna require even better servers, even better connections between people online, to go across multiple platforms, unless they've really been working on this, which maybe they have, maybe they haven't. There's no goodwill with Konami to feel like, oh yeah, they're definitely about to kill this and knock this out the park.
Just by plugging in a controller, eFootball is for everyone.
Neymar, puro talento, extraordinario, tremendo pase, puede estar, Messi, 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 goal!
Crazy too, man. None of the partner guys in actual kits. It's all this like eFootball stuff.
Golazo!
Efootball.
I mean, yeah, it's eFootball. This is a different game. I'm telling you, PES is dead.
So,
Here's
guess
the
you're all
roadmap.
desperate to find out what eFootball can offer at a gaming level.
I'm not powerful.
In that case, keep an eye out for updates in the near future.
Wow. I'm gonna take it back to this screen really quickly. We'll look through this, then we'll read the I'll give you my thoughts, then we'll read the IGN article. So, early autumn, they're getting the all new game engine rollout. So, their partner clubs, and this is probably how they also sold a lot of these clubs on the partnership. You know, the idea that, hey guys, guess what? You're gonna be the only teams they can play with. So we can only play with Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Manchester United, Arsenal, was that Corinthians, Flamengo, Sao Paulo, and River Plate. That's all you can play with starting next month. Cross generation, so you get PS5 versus PS4 and Xbox Series X versus Xbox One. So you can only do between those platforms, at least in the specific platform. So online leagues are open, team building mode open, which just sounds like my club. I don't think that's Master League at all. Cross-platform matches. So now you're gonna get PC, Xbox, so they take it to the next step. Match pass system, you see what that is. And then we get tournaments, cross-platform, mobile controller support. So absolutely nothing about offline. Not even a hint.
Keep an eye out for updates in the near future.
Alright, so that's a lot to digest. I will say this for the overall just point of what football has been, football gaming, or what gaming has been. Non-yearly releases make sense. That's something I've said games should do for a little bit now. You don't need a new game every year when you have a really good engine that can last for multiple years. In many ways, I actually thought the season update was a kind of interesting approach. Little did I know it meant them stripping down the entire thing and just trying to make one streamlined process across the board. That trailer, the graphics didn't look good, but I also speculate a lot of that is also tailored more towards the mobile side, maybe PS4 right now. But still, if you take a year off, how can you produce this? It's really 2 years off if you think about it. I'm gonna be real honest, PES has been very similar. If you're going back now to maybe like PES, it changed, it's been tweaks. But since PES 2015, you can generally see the same type of game all the way to 2021. Even specifically PES 2022 was supposed to be in production for 2-3 years. We didn't realize what that meant. It was like a total restructuring of Konami and eFootball. And not, if you look, it's called eFootball official reveal. There's no PES anywhere. They know what they're doing. Let's read this IGN article and see what it says. Alright, so behind the PES series' unprecedented transformation into eFootball, it's not an overstatement. The shift is the biggest shift since the beginning, blah, blah, blah. Unreal Engine, biggest shifts. Right here, while recently has seen the likes of Call of Duty embrace free-to-play and live service approaches for specific modes, this marks one of the industry's longest-running franchises adopting an entirely different release model. Yes, 100%, definitely clunky, definitely hard to swallow. One of the key figures, Seitaro Kimura, he spoke to IGN. He said, we started planning this move roughly 2 years ago to coincide with the console generation transition and changes in the market environment. Basically, PES weren't making money as much on the consoles. The thing is, if you look back into it, right, PES 5, PES 6, look at the sales numbers on PES 5 and PES 6. They are through the roof. The gameplay mattered. The gameplay was excellent. It's such a shame, and it's actually insane to think of, that this company reached the pinnacle of football gaming, right, in 2005, 2006, 2007, and had just been on a steady decline ever since. PES 5, PES 6 today is an incredible game, and because this is happening, I'll be playing a lot more of that stuff on my channel. Let's continue it here. I believe we have already proven that this structure can be successful on mobile by applying the same model across all platforms. We hope that football fans will be able to play this game on consoles as well. They don't care about us. I'm telling you, man, I've been following lightly the PES mobile stuff in the past year. In developing markets, it's becoming just a big game, and they're probably thinking, look, if we can conquer the mobile market, maybe you don't even have to bother with competing with EA Sports and FIFA and all these different game modes and things that they have to do to produce a console experience. If you're FIFA right now and you're EA Sports executives, and I do believe actually that FIFA, sensing that maybe PES were going to do something great, worked even harder on their game, because if you look at the trailer that was released and everything they're talking about with gameplay, I don't think it's significantly different or changed. What I do see is that they put a lot of work into career mode. They're changing the entire, not become a legend, but their player career mode. They're actually adding things to the game in an offline experience because they know they're going to make the money online anyway. For PES, they've gone with a completely different approach. He says, of course, the mobile inspiration will worry fans of the more fully fledged console experience. And he says it's going to be more casual. Kimura says here, we're making games on consoles first. When we then take that same experience, and make it available for mobile devices. In other words, we are not making the game for mobile, but making to make mobile more console-like. That's a lie. Mobile can never really compare to console, especially now you're looking at PS5. They are making a game that won't look incredible on PS5, that might just look like whatever, but makes sense on mobile and is cross-platform across the series. We'd ask our fans not to worry. We've made great efforts to tailor the visual quality of the game to the hardware of each device. Yeah, okay, sure. Listen, you know what sucks, man? The proof was here with Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine has been on mobile for years, and I thought that it would help them get a good base and make an even better game for console, but it's clear that it's not really that. It's really more about, hey, how can we use something we've been using before, streamline the whole thing, and make it easier for us to produce this stuff as a company. He says, we hope that football fans over the world will enjoy the game as a completely new one rather than a simple update to what came before. So they're letting you know specifically there exactly what I was talking about. They are looking at a whole different type of gamer. We're still unclear on how new teams will be added to the game, and the exact breakdown of how eFootball's modes and monetization will work won't be revealed till a later date. However, Konami says the game is designed to be fair and balanced for all players despite its transition to a free-to-play model. Blah, blah, blah. It says here, the same commentary team option files will be available, although support will be added. Very vague stuff. All in all, guys. Alright, guys, so let's wrap up here. It's important to remember that these gaming companies are companies first and foremost. Back when we were younger, when PES made a really fun Master League with a lot of different elements, even if you look at like the era around 2010, 11, 12, 13, which is when they still were trying different things with Master League, adding more things in, that was the main seller at the time. Online hadn't really taken off yet. The capability wasn't there. So they knew they had to make a really immersive, fun AI game for people to play with a lot of different modes, and they can play home, they can play with friends. It's fun. As soon as the industry started shifting, everything shifted. Across the board, people are dissatisfied with sports games everywhere. We need new competitors in the football market specifically. I hope in a way that this encourages someone new to now jump into the offline, world of football. Now, there is a chance maybe that what Konami does is, because I've seen other things where they've spoken about things like this, where they're talking about, separating the experience and maybe having a specifically offline only mode with better graphics for fans who want that only, and having that be paid content. I have no problem with that. If you can give me a Master League or Become a Legend that is only focused on that, right? Only focused on the AI, and it's separate from the game, you gotta buy it separately, but that's what it is. I love that. I think that's actually really smart and innovative. One thing that a lot of these gaming companies have struggled with is trying to do two things and please the online audience and the offline audience at the same time. But I don't think they're going to do that. Konami, it seems like they've just stripped things down, and it seems even more like, even if they do offline this year, I just can't see offline sticking with them. I can't see them sticking with offline long term. Sad day, that might be the end of PES, and it is what it is. Alright guys, so for the future of this channel, I have absolutely no idea. I haven't played FIFA, honestly, since like FIFA 2006 or 7. I really don't want to play FIFA. And I will probably really play PES 2021 with more mods. I have even better mods I'll be adding and using that, as long as I can. But yeah, this is, I will play PES 2022, of course, and show that stuff on the channel, but things change. I feel like the Titanic, the violinist from the Titanic going down with the ship right now. Alright guys, let me know your thoughts below. I'm very interested to hear. Very shocking day, I think, for the PES community, but things change, and this is another one. Take care guys, peace, stay safe, see you guys next time.